The video game industry has changed dramatically from the time when people were pumping millions of quarters into arcade machines. Many of these changes have been well received, like console and PC gaming, more story-driven games, and so on. However, certain changes tend to make gamers cringe, like motion controls, DLC, and the scariest of all, free to play. And it's sad, because when done right, these things can actually work very well for a game. The PS4 has a lot of free-to-play games, so let's check one out. Today, we're going to look at Loadout on the PS4. Loadout is a multiplayer third-person shooter developed by Edge of Reality. It first came out on PC in February 2014 and was later released on PS4 back in December. Edge of Reality handled the Mass Effect port for PS3, so they're no stranger to producing high-quality third-person shooters. Their experience shows in Loadout because the game looks and plays beautifully. It has an over-the-top cartoon gore style, similar to Team Fortress, though the mechanics of the game are very different. What sets Loadout apart from many other free-to-play games people hate is that all the weapon parts and items can be acquired with in-game currency. You earn the regular currency, bloots, by playing the game, and there are also space bucks that you mostly buy, but can sometimes be earned as mission rewards. The space bucks are used to buy outfit pieces and taunt animations, which don't affect gameplay, but they do add a lot of fun and variety to your character. Well, kinda. The taunts get pretty obnoxious at the win screen. I always mute my TV, no matter who wins. Also, space bucks are the only way to buy dynamite, which you use to unlock reward boxes that come with higher quality weapon parts and outfit pieces. You're constantly getting these reward boxes from the game, so it's a reminder to buy more space bucks. You don't have to, but remember, free to play doesn't mean free to develop. Besides, being able to buy stronger pieces helps players create better weapons more quickly than they would be able to otherwise. The best feature about Loadout is the ability to make your own weapons. The guns come in 4 major categories: beam, launchers, pulse, and slug. However, from there, you customize almost every part of the weapon, from the barrel, ammo, clip size, sight, and so on. Plus, you can add attributes like fire and electricity, or make guns like sniper rifles, proximity mine grenade launchers, and so on. But wait, there's more. The parts available level up as you do, so you keep buying better parts, but you can also fuse pieces together to make a part that's more powerful than the ones available to you at your current level. There are also sub-weapons like grenades, turrets, shields, booby traps, etc., and even these can be upgraded and leveled up. It gives the player limitless possibilities on how to customize their weapons and their, wait for it, loadout.
He said it! He said it!
You get to name your weapon too. I made a pulse rifle with a Gatling gun barrel that shoots flaming cannonballs. I call it the PMG Pumpkin Pitcher, which actually sounded a lot better in my head. Still, you feel a sense of pride when you come in first place for the match and you see your weapon displayed to all the people who just died by its hands. Even more so if you manage to beat people with a higher gear score than you. This brings me to the worst part of the game. The level of customization and upgradable weapons sort of breaks the balance of the game. New players are going to need an album cover.
I can read Trebek. That says anal bum cover. I spent 5 years of my life trying to invent an anal bum cover. Failing to do so is my greatest regret.
Besides the knowledge and technical experience that comes from playing for a while, veteran players are carrying weapons that are exponentially more powerful than yours. When you start playing, it's going to feel like a scene from the Shawshank Redemption. Try all you like, but new players are going to get raped in the ass. The game likes to tell you that gear score doesn't matter, but that's mostly bullshit. Sure, it's technically true, like how it's technically possible for a very talented and gifted high schooler to beat up Robbie Lawler. It's just not fucking likely. It doesn't help that the matchmaking will sometimes put all the high gear score players on one team. One reviewer went as far as to say that matchmaking is straight up broken, and I sort of have to agree. Here's an example. Now you see the relatively even mix of very high gear score players and relatively low gear score players before the game starts. Now watch this. Seriously, what the fuck? How is this even remotely fair? Any logical matchmaking system would put 2 high-ranking players on each team. I like how this person saw what was about to happen and was like, fuck this. I don't blame him. But I wanted to show you what would happen, so I played through the entire match. It didn't go well. I think I'll let Chef explain.
Ooh, baby, come on. Just whoop, get the ass. Gonna need some cream for your ass. It's all going in there.
These players were huddled together with super-powered guns. Even if I managed to kill one, the person beside them would grab the kill marker the moment it hit the ground. I can't fault them for playing the game well with the equipment available to them, but it's clearly unbalanced. This tactic won't even work the other way around because high-level players have weapons that can easily tear through 2 or 3 low-level players if they're just huddled together. Normally, it won't stay this bad for long. Newer players tend to leave the match in frustration once they realize it's hopeless for them to continue playing, and that player will be replaced by someone, or a bot, that's more competent. You earn bloots and XP points for every kill, assist, objective work towards, etc., so you gain even if your team loses. And once you learn how to make better weapons, gain some strategy, and change your loadout, it all becomes a bit more manageable. At any rate, the final score for this match was 35-2. I wondered if the developers left the game broken in this way, so it encourages people to buy more items. If so, it's a counterproductive strategy. The issue of balance is probably what keeps a lot of people from playing Loadout for very long. Only 2% of the players on the PlayStation Network who've played the game have managed to reach level 10 or play in online matches for 10 hours. For a free-to-play game that's been around for over half a year, that's saying something. The barriers to new players are pretty extreme, but I'm here to tell you, it's worth it to stick with it for a while. There are a lot of game modes, but the game is limited by a relatively small selection of maps. The maps that are there are well designed, however, and learning them can give players advantages, like knowing places to lay an ambush or where to snipe. If you get tired of being beat up by human players, there's also a campaign mode where up to 4 players can play cooperatively through missions. If the game can't find people in matchmaking for the mission you're on, you'll get bots after about a minute and a half. Most of the missions have to do with killing the Croats, the blue aliens on this planet where outlaws are mining plutonium. Each mission will reward the player with weapon parts, loot crates, extra plutonium, space bucks, and other stuff. It's worth it to play through these missions. It'll help new players get the hang of things, and it gives them valuable equipment like deployable shields, jump boots, health pickups, and turrets before you'll get them otherwise just playing through the arena mode. In its own way, Loadout is sort of like Dark Souls for online third-person shooters. You will die a lot, but you have fun learning how to deal with higher-level players and building better weapons. And with so much variety in parts and weapons, you can have a lot of fun customizing your character for maximum destruction. It's the kind of game I get online to play a few matches of every day. If you want to play with me, I'm Poor Man Gamer 006 on the PlayStation Network. Like I said before, Loadout is free to play, so download it for your PS4 and give it a try. I assume the PC version is equally good. If it's something you think you can get into, throw down a few bucks for an XP booster so you can get higher weapons sooner. And spend a little more when you get good enough that you want to gloat in style at the win screen. Until next time, I'm the Poor Man Gamer, and remember, just because a game is free to play, doesn't mean it's free of fun. Unless it's Candy Crush, because that game is fucking evil.